Have you tried over and over again various methods of the law of attraction and they haven't worked? Then you're in the right place. I am going to explain the 3 major mistakes that almost all of us make, especially when we're starting out with law of attraction, and how to erase those mistakes, avoid them, or not make them. So I have read so many articles and posts and seen videos where people are like, that stuff is bullshit. It doesn't work. I've tried everything. Well, I've tried vision boards. I've tried affirmations. I've tried positive thinking. I've tried this. I've tried that. None of it works. And they're right. Because there's one thing all of those things have in common, the vision boards, affirmations, and so on. And that's the first mistake. They are trying to write over a program that already exists. Let me explain. So if take a computer. So if you want to install a new operating system, you've got to uninstall or delete the operating system that already exists. You can't have 2 competing operating systems, right? Sometimes one will work, sometimes, or they both won't work. Either way, it doesn't make any sense, right? So law of attraction is the same thing. Let's take an affirmation, money comes to me easily. If you make that affirmation over and over again, but the real belief, the program already running in your mind or consciousness is, I can never make enough money, or I'm not worthy, or I'm not good at making money, or whatever the belief is, you can say that affirmation a million times. You can post it on your bathroom mirror. It's not going to change the existing program that's already there. So, how do you erase existing programs? There's a couple different ways. Tapping is one of them, EFT. Look it up. I haven't done any videos on it, but I will eventually. But that's one method. But one of the methods I use, and at the end of this, there's going to be a link to the video where I actually go into it in more detail, but use affirmations to uncover the program that's already existing. So what you do is you say the affirmation or the thing that you want to experience and wait for what comes up. Maybe right away your brain tells you the program that's running. I can't do that. Money doesn't come to me easily. Okay. And then work on that. Work on erasing it. Or so often, and this is what happened in the video, I didn't even plan it, but a feeling came up, like a tightness in your body somewhere. And just feel into that tightness. Just allow it to be there. Ask it what its message is. Ask it, just kind of be with it and use your intuition to feel, oh, that feels uncomfortable, it feels around my heart. See what it reminds you of. For me, it was something from my childhood that was causing the affirmation not to work. So that's the number one mistake. Trying to write over a program that already exists. It's not going to work. The second one is being in the wrong vibration. Law of attraction is all about attracting like coming to like. If you're, and I'm not saying you are, I'm sure you're not, but we all have bad days, right? Or we all have had trauma that has happened to us. And so there's shadows within us, or there's trauma that hasn't been healed, or beliefs, or let's say the belief I'm not worthy, a belief, and a lot of us have that one, right? So many of us. So if you've got I'm not worthy running, that's a low vibration belief, and that is what gets attracted. So the number one thing with this mistake is you've got to uncover what those shadows are. I call them shadows. So did Jung, Carl Jung, who's a psychologist. But it's the things that need healing. And there's a million ways to do that too. I'm not going to go into it in this video, but find the trauma and do whatever it takes to raise your vibration, to be happier, to be more peaceful inside. You could use yoga, you could use meditation, you could use EFT tapping, you could use breath work, you could use inner child work. All of these will help raise your vibration. There's lots of videos on that too. I have videos on it. So do whatever it takes to raise your vibration, which leads me to the third and final mistake. There's probably others, but these are the major ones that we all make, especially when we're starting out. The third one is the universe's natural flow. So like I just said, how like attracts like. So a higher vibration will attract higher vibration things. If you're in a higher vibration, you're going to attract better love partners, more abundance, and that could be in the form of a job. It could be in the form of more money, better house, living, whatever it is. Higher vibration will attract higher vibration things. But also, the third and final mistake I'm going to mention is not giving, so not being in the flow of the universe. Think of it this way. Let's say $500 comes to you. Great. And the first thing you want to do is hold on to that $500. So where are your hands? They're not open to receiving. The flow has stopped, right? So you've got to let it go. And I'm not saying you have to give it away, but pay some bills with it, maybe give a little of it away, or take a friend out to a meal, whatever it is, but trust that more is coming. That's the flow. So another really good example I like to give is, if you have a closet that's stuffed with crap and now you got a new coat, great. Where are you going to put the coat? You got to empty out some of the stuff in the closet. And there are a million ways, even if you don't have any money. The way I first started out, I had no money, and I was not good at attracting money just yet because of these mistakes. It was rough going there for a while. I rented a room at one point in this house. I don't want to go there. But anyway, I'm in a much better place now. But if you don't have money to give to help with that flow, give a smile. To the next person you see, smile at them and genuinely mean it. Hold a door open. Give appreciation to somebody. Give a compliment. Give gratitude to the universe for whatever you have. Do you have a bed to sleep in? Do you have legs to walk on? Do you have eyes? Do you have ears to hear things with? A nose to smell flowers? Give gratitude to the universe. Give love to somebody. Give love to a stranger. Like even from afar. I'm not talking about walking up to some random person on the street and like smacking a kiss on them. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you can send your love or your appreciation from afar without them even knowing. I had this one time I was in this drugstore waiting for my turn online, and I saw this young guy, and he was very different from me. He was like dressed like hip hop kind of guy. He was very young, very cool looking. And I just was in that space where I was just really happy. And I looked, he saw me looking at his shoes. I was like, I love those shoes. Those are so cool. And he felt it. And we started talking and we had this great conversation. Two totally different people. I'm this old, I don't want to say bag because I'm not a bag, but this older person, and he was this young hip guy. Anyway, it was very cool, and I still think of him. This was years ago, but I still think of him because of that connection, just from giving him a little appreciation, and it was genuine. So you can give thanks, you can give money, you can give your time, volunteer somewhere, volunteer at an animal shelter, help your neighbor, with their gardening or carrying a bag of groceries, whatever it is. There are so many ways to give and have that flow back to you. And I can promise you, I can promise you from my experience, when you give a small amount, it comes back to you tenfold. So give whatever it is you have. You have a million resources, I promise you. Again, even if it's a smile. So give, and the universe will return it back tenfold. Yeah, I think that's it. So those are the 3 major mistakes. That's the way to combat them. May the law of attraction bring you more abundance than you can possibly imagine. Here's the video right up here. If you want to find out more about how to use affirmations to find out what program is actually running. Until next time.